I call the member for Solomon.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Justice. I refer to the Coalition's Safer Street Fund and thank the Minister for funding a funding commitment of $300,000 for CCTV cameras in my electorate. Will the Minister outline to the House the Coalition's plan to make our streets safer?
I call the Minister for Justice.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Solomon for that question. And I was very pleased to join her in the recent election campaign to fund 3 projects of significance within Solomon that she'd been lobbying very hard for. 3 sets of CCTVs that will make her electorate safer. This commitment is part of our $50 million Safer Streets policy.
Kingsford Smith will both
This is the policy that's designed to support communities to address crime and antisocial behaviour, to fund measures such as CCTV and lighting. This funding will go to target crime hotspots in local communities based on the advice that we get from those local communities, supported in conjunction with local policing services. Now, the funding for this program is coming $41 million from the National Crime Prevention Fund, and other proceeds of crime money will contribute $9 million. We made this policy announcement in October 2012, and we were very clear when we made that policy announcement where this money is coming from. Now, that money at the time had been frozen within the budget. Traditionally, proceeds of crime money had always funded crime prevention projects, but the Labor Party, in their desperate search for savings, said that they weren't going to honour what previous governments had done and make sure that proceeds of crime were actually invested in crime-fighting projects. We didn't think that that was a smart thing to do, and we said that we would take that money and invest it around Australia in projects that the community thinks are important in tackling crime within their local area. Now, Madam Speaker, subsequent to that, the Labor Party had a change of heart, and they said that they were now going to take that money and invest it in crime-fighting projects through the National Crime Prevention Program, and they made announcements after freezing this money between the 7th and the 19th of August this year. We had already allocated that funding to our Safer Streets project, and what happened was that the Labor Party went around, made these commitments in the full knowledge that if they lost the election, those commitments could not possibly be honoured because we've allocated that money to the Safer Streets program. They misled, willfully misled, very good community organisations.
The Minister will resume his seat. The member for Isaacs on a point of order. There'll be silence on my right. Silence on my right. The member for Isaacs on a point of order.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. The Minister should be asked to withdraw his last remark. He knows that reflecting in that manner is completely out of order.
I don't need to hear from the Leader of the House. I can simply say to the Minister that if he wishes to talk about wilful misleading, there are other ways of dealing with it, not in question time, so the Minister shall continue his answer. He doesn't need to withdraw.
Madam Speaker, it's very hard to know how to characterise it when you run around Australia telling community organisations one thing that you know not to be true. And unfortunately, that's what the Labor Party did. Now, they've left us, as in so many other portfolio areas, with a significant problem. We have excellent community organisations who have been expecting this funding when the Labor Party knew full well that it wouldn't be committed if they lost the election. We, of course, will deal with this as best as we possibly can.
The Minister's time has expired.